Good evening. This is Akashvani Kohima. I am Jonas Yantan with Evening News. The headlines: New Parliament building designated as Parliament House of India. Centre introduces women's reservation bill in the Lok Sabha. India expels senior Canadian diplomat citing interference in India's internal matters. And Advisor Industries Hekani Jakhalu underlines key role of micro, small and medium enterprises in development of Northeast. Now the news in detail. The new Parliament building has been designated as the Parliament House of India. This was announced in the Lok Sabha Secretariat notification issued today. Parliament proceedings shifted to the new building, with both Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha assuming proceedings earlier in the afternoon. A special function to commemorate the rich legacy of Parliament of India and resolved to make Bharat a developed nation by 2047 was held at the Central Hall of Parliament. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar said the new building of Parliament is a reflection of India's rich cultural diversity, a symbol of national pride, unity and identity. He called for enhancing cooperation and bidding farewell to confrontational stance. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said, even with a shift to the new parliament, the old parliament building's dignity should never go down, and announced that the old building will be known as Samvidhan Sadan. The central government today introduced the historic Women's Reservation Bill in the Lok Sabha to provide one-third of reservation to women in the Lok Sabha and state assemblies. On the first day of proceedings in the new Parliament building, Union Law Minister Arjun Ram Meghwal introduced the Nari Shakti Vandan Adhiniyam. He said a 33% reservation will enable greater participation of women as public representatives in policy making at state and national levels. Meghwal said once the bill is passed, the number of seats for women in the Lok Sabha will increase to 181 from 82. Earlier, speaking in the Lok Sabha, Prime Minister Narendra Modi said the world has recognized the women-led development process in India, and the government wants more and more women to join the development process of the country. Observing the growing contributions of women in every sector, Modi emphasized the need for inclusion of more women in policy making so that their contribution to the nation increases further. He urged members to open the doors of opportunities for women on this historic day. The Lok Sabha was adjourned for the day after the introduction of the bill. India today expelled a senior Canadian diplomat, citing interference of Canadian diplomats in India's internal matters. In a statement, the Ministry of External Affairs said the concerned diplomat has been asked to leave India within the next 5 days. It also summoned the High Commissioner of Canada to India, Cameron McKay, at South Block in New Delhi. The ministry said the decision also reflects India's growing concerns at the involvement of Canadian diplomats in anti-India activities. Advisor Industries Hekani Jakhalu said micro, small and medium enterprises (MSMEs) in the Northeast play a crucial role in the region's development, even though they account for only 1.5% of India's MSMEs. Addressing a business session of the first Northeastern States Chamber of Commerce and Industry Business Conclave today, Hekani said MSMEs are the backbone of the region's economy, contributing nearly 62% in terms of employment, output and exports. She said the Northeast region is industrially backward due to the poor transport connectivity and markets, lack of infrastructure, and access to raw materials. She said while establishing big industries in the region is not an option, their role can be performed by setting up small-scale industries. Jakhalu added, as the region is India's gateway to Southeast Asia, this unique geography can become a boon with the expansion of MSMEs. The advisor urged all stakeholders to collaborate closely in order to overcome challenges and chart a path towards sustainable economic growth and ensure inclusive development for all citizens. This news comes to you from Akashvani Kohima. You can also listen to this news bulletin on News On Air app and YouTube channel AIR News Kohima. Additional Secretary and ex-officio Director of Employment, Skill and Entrepreneurship, Kovi Mayase has called upon youth to broaden their horizons beyond white-collar jobs. Addressing the second convocation of the Government Industrial Training Institute in Kohima today, he urged the graduates to venture into different fields and be open to take risks. Drawing attention to the alarming rate of unemployment among youths, he said the state reportedly had 70,000 unemployed youths as of April this year. Mayase urged the graduates to take pride in their accomplishment and emphasized the importance of honest hard work and proactive steps in securing employment. With a rising number of dengue cases in Dimapur, the District Planning and Development Board, DPDP, has resolved to adopt a collective effort to tackle the outbreak. The DPDP meeting today urged upon handling the situation jointly instead of leaving the onus solely on the Health Department. To this, Deputy Commissioner Dimapur, MS and Medical Department have been tasked with convening a meeting of all the council members and teachers under Dimapur district to address the dengue issue. During the meeting, Advisor Labour and Employment and Skill Development, Excise and Chairman DPDP, Mua Doshi Longoma, expressed that Dimapur is a business hub and no one should be allowed to monopolize any kind of business. He urged that every Naga and individual should be free to earn a livelihood without being dictated by another. The Directorate of Animal Husbandry and Veterinary Services has appealed for maintaining strict biosecurity measures within the suspected zone to contain African swine fever in pigs and lumpy skin disease in bovine. Occurrence of the diseases is likely to increase as winter approaches due to high movement of animals because of festivities, wedding and other social gatherings. The department has advised that any unusual mortality of animals be promptly reported to the nearest veterinary center to initiate surveillance, diagnostics and containment procedures. Precautionary measures include ensuring that only healthy and certified animals are imported into farms or villages and complete sanitization of sheds and droves. It cautioned against feeding kitchen waste to pigs and recommended properly disposing of dead animals. The appeal urged people to consult with the department for any assistance. 3 inmates of District Jail Kohima who had escaped from the prison last week have been reapprehended by Kohima police from Pandari area. The escaped inmates were apprehended last night by a team led by ASI's Bemo Ovung. While Jenio Nguli was arrested from Sibayan village, the others, namely Rikyo Nguli and Shishumo Dungoi, were captured from the foothills of Merapani village area. The 3 made their escape early morning on 14 September, following which an FIR was filed and a special team formed to look into the matter. And in sports, District Sports Office Longlang announced today that 2 Khelo India centres has been established in the district headquarters. The centres will focus on the disciplines of football and badminton. In this regard, the office said it will be conducting a selection trial on 20th of September for children below 14 years of age interested in joining these Khelo India centres. The trial will identify young and promising athletes who will have the opportunity to receive specialized training and coaching. And now to the news, here are the main points again. New Parliament building designated as Parliament House of India. Centre introduces Women's Reservation Bill in the Lok Sabha. India expels senior Canadian diplomat, citing interference in India's internal matters. And Advisor Industries, Hekani Jakhalu, underlines key role of micro, small and medium enterprises in development of Northeast. That is all we have in this evening news bulletin. Good night.